modelers, welcome to the Full Earth Workshop. My name is Doug. Thanks for dropping by today. Today's discussion, we're going to be talking about modeling tools, not just the standard things that you would normally find at a hobby shop. These are things you'll find elsewhere. So these are tools that you may not really be thinking of when you go to a hobby shop, but you'll be finding these very, very helpful, and you'll probably want to put them in your little tool rounder like I have right here. Mine is very, very overloaded, as you see. I don't recommend this, but the little rounder is very, very nice. Just don't put too many tools in it like I tend to do. Okay, let's start off with number 10, double-sided lathing tape. I only have a little piece of it left here. It normally comes in a roll like this. It's yellow, and if you look at the back side, it has white underneath, and once you stick it down, it's incredibly sticky tape. It's normally used for holding a workpiece down as a CNC goes to work with a bit on it, so it really holds tight. You can use this to hold fabrics together, to hold different parts together. It works like glue and sticks forever. You can buy this at a woodworker shop like Rockler or some of your others that sell wood supplies. I'm not sure you can get this at Home Depot or Lowe's, but try it out. Lathing tape, excellent stuff. So number 9 would be these wooden tools, which are used for sculpting for the most part, but I found them to be really, really useful in all kinds of modeling. Now, if you take a look, there are some that have metal tips on them. There are some that have a big nib and a small nib, but I find these really helpful too. And other things these are good for if you're doing a texture on models. Say you're using some Tamiya paste or some other kind of woodworker's paste and putting it on plastic model. This is a great tool to be able to do texture. Sculpting tools, wood. Number 8, this is very well known to modelers for the most part, but what isn't known is what it's really used for. This is called a hemostat. And hemo having something to do with blood, these are used during surgery to hold veins. What's nice is they clip. They clip just like this, which also makes it a portable little clamp that you can use for your tools. Next is a rotary tool. Now you've heard of Dremel, but have you heard of anything like this? This is brand new from Hart. This is sold only at Walmart stores, and it is a battery-powered rotary tool. What's so cool about that? Well, it allows you to go places with it that you can't when you need AC tools. And listen to this thing, it really screams. And it also has variable speed, so you can really crank it up. This is my personal favorite right now, and rather inexpensive too at Walmart. And to go along with that, here is something that you can find at Harbor Freight, and I have not been able to find these anywhere else. Let's take a real close look. These are mini drill bits, and they come in tiny little sizes. Take a look at this. They're very, very small, and especially if you're super detailing, putting small holes into things right before you thread a screw in, these things are just perfect. And I haven't found anything as small and as inexpensive. These range from about $3 to $5 for a little box of these, which I believe is about 10 or 15 bits. All right, here's something I recommend. This is a ring light, and these are available under $20 anywhere. You can find them at Office Depot, of all places. This one has a magnifying glass in it, as you see, which helps you magnify things as you work on it. What I like a ring light for is you're able to take photographs of your models as you work, because that's kind of the fun of it. When you look back after a model is built, the photographs sometimes are more fun than the actual built model. And it leaves a nice little circular pattern as a reflection on your models. The other thing that a ring light or any other direct lighting device like this is good for is when you're doing sanding, it leaves shadows so you can see if you are sanding straight or you're causing little cups in your flat surfaces. Excellent to have a light like this. Okay, now let's talk about tweezers. I bet you have one pair of tweezers, right? Just the standard kind like you use to pluck hairs out of your beard. Well, I recommend having a lot of different tweezers. Here's one interesting shape here. It clamps a lot harder. Long-ended one, if you take off the rubber band here, you can see it's very long-ended. You can reach down into things with this one. Another one, very long and it has a lot of power to grip. And here's a standard one. This is very, very pointy. This one is actually used for watch repair, and you're able to go down real tight into things and pick up things you wouldn't normally do, but don't ram it into your eye. Not recommended. I recommend things like this. Hand tools with pivots. What is this? This is a sprue cutter used for cutting plastic parts, but also using other things. It has a really, really good cutting power to it. These are very cheap. Needle nose pliers, really good for getting into areas that are difficult for your hands to reach into, needle nose pliers. And diagonal cutters. Diagonal cutters are normally used for stripping wire and electrical purposes, but as you can imagine, they're also really good for clipping parts, metal parts too, because they have a lot of strength behind them. Hear that snap? Diagonal pliers. Here's one you might not have thought about. Hole punches. These are pretty cheap, under $10, and what they're used for is to put a series of holes into leather. That's the main use. However, it works great on styrene and small plastics. If you look close at this one has 3 in a row, and it's great for doing things like rivets, things that are constantly the same distance apart. And you can get these in different spacings depending on what your needs are. Next is a 3D printer. These things have become so inexpensive, you can almost not go without them anymore. There are some online 3D modeling tools available from Google that you can use to make the files to use with these machines. I have an Anycubic i3 Mega, and I'll show you a shot of that right up here. And the thing that's really nice about this machine, it sells for about $180 now, has the resolution of much more expensive machines, and it cranks out really hard and durable parts. All right, that's our tools for today. Now, if you like this kind of content, I ask you to like us and possibly even subscribe. We've got some really cool projects going on, including a scratch-built Hanomag 251, which is an old World War II half-track vehicle we're doing for radio control, and we're doing an all-metal RC tank. So you got to tune in for those series and more that we have coming along. Thanks so much for being with us today, and we'll be back soon.